What is going on, everybody, and welcome back. We have a fun haul today. Pretty much since I made my first video from Temu talking about stuff, I said we're gonna have a camping trip. Guys, that is coming up. So today we're unboxing the top 5 most sold camping items from Temu. Now, these are the tech variants. So there's multiple categories I found in Temu. They're kind of hard to navigate sometimes. These are the top 5 electronic ones, and we're gonna do a top 5 non-electronic ones. We're gonna do those out camping when we do a Temu survival challenge here in a couple weeks. So here we have a whole bunch of stuff, from a fan power bank to an actual power bank. See, this is exciting right here. For the longest time, Temu has only had European style plugs for very, very limited power box choices. They're starting to get some brands like this Satechi brand here. This thing looks awesome, so stick around to the end when we check this thing out and give it a full test. All right, so we are gonna hop right into it. I don't know why this thing kept coming up on the top of the list, but we have ourselves right here some 36 megapixel night vision 4K binoculars, I believe. I've actually had these for a little while. So a lot of people ask me, how do you find the top list? Well, the top list changes kind of all the time. So what was top when I ordered this might not be top tomorrow, but we're gonna get pretty close and hopefully see some really cool stuff. So starting out, looks like we have got ourselves some kind of nice strap to hold it on. USB Type-C charger, love to see it. A pretty extensive user manual here. And then coming on in, we have the actual setup. Well, that's kind of wild looking. That's got a really nice, like, I don't even know how to say it. That's just got a very interesting texture. Far near, have our little adjustment right here. This is interesting. So this is gonna have screens. Now, we did test out one of these a while back in our, was it our Temu under 10 video? Honestly, I can't remember. It had a spot for an SD card in there, and it looks like this one does too, and this thing comes with a card. Let's check out the size of that card. Oh, looks like it comes with a 32 gig micro SD card. Very nice. So right here under this little dust-proof cover, we have our micro SD card slot and our USB Type-C slot for charging. Let's go ahead and power this thing on and just see what it does. Okay, this portion is being filmed a little bit out of order, as you can see from the stuff sitting here on the table. But this thing here, it was completely dead when I got it, and it took hours to charge this thing. After being plugged in for 3 hours, it is at 58%. Here's the menus it has. It has a whole bunch of different menu options, from resolution to loop recording, digital stamps, and then let's see, if you go over to menu again, then you have a whole bunch of different things from frequency to auto power, but honestly, the screen itself is very clear. As long as you get it adjusted right, like you really have to adjust this in quite far to get close, far away, but it works really well, and the clarity on that little screen is pretty impressive. So I'm curious to see what it looks like. So we're gonna get the lights turned off in here. We're gonna go ahead and test it out in here, and then after that, we'll take it outside when it's dark tonight, and we'll give it a full outside test, because a difference with a lot of night vision really comes into the range they can actually work. Here we have a shot from inside of the shooting area. Quality actually isn't bad. There's no image stabilization from what I can tell, but it looks super clear. Wall design, you guys will recognize those. Sorry about the shakiness, guys. There is no optical image stabilization here. Now let's check out the keyboards. I mean, impressive detail. I mean, here, it is pitch black in here. All right, so right here, we can kind of see the quality outside. Now, these are about 15 feet away. I know you guys love seeing the horde of bird scooters. Now, we're gonna get a tree that's quite a bit further away. I mean, the clarity on that is pretty impressive. You gotta kind of dial it in a bit. Now, if we come over here, you guys can see the wall that I did the light review on. That's probably about 60 feet away from me, and that's pretty darn clear. Overall, this thing is super cool. It's very clear. The optical image stabilization thing is a bummer, but it does have a mount right here on the bottom to hook it onto a tripod. So if you're mounting this thing stable and looking around, it'd probably be way better. Biggest downside so far for me, the battery life. I used about 25%, only using this thing for about 10 minutes, only recording for about 3. But there's a chance mine has a bit of a battery issue. It did have trouble charging, so I don't know if it's all of them. If you guys have tried this one and you have battery issues, let me know. The screen is super sharp and clear. The images are clear. The videos, well, they're not bad, you know, for night vision. All right, moving on. I'm actually pretty happy that the things coming in look useful, because I'm gonna be camping in a rustic place. They don't really have any kind of power, water, nothing. It's pretty rustic. So this will be pretty useful. We have ourselves some LED portable lights, 5 different brightness modes, including an SOS mode, camping lighting, power bank, equipment, whole bunch of information going on there. Now it looks like it says charge time's about 2 hours and it runs at 2.5 watts with 400 lumens max. Honestly, the box feels and looks pretty premium for a Temu product. It looks like this one comes with 2. Again, price is on the screen. You guys know how we do it. All right, got ourselves a use and care guide. Then we have 2 included USB Type-C cables. No bricks so far in any of these, but we're gonna have one here in this box here, so we're not gonna have to worry about that. I mean, they feel okay. Right here on top, you see you have USB Type-A and a USB Type-C. I'm guessing these are able to charge out as well. It's not gonna be fast charging. You know what? That's not that bad. Check those out. So on top here as well, they have an included hanger. So it looks like you click through to get the different modes. Just one button on top, that's all. I think this one mode will be pretty useful camping. Not a ton of other tests to really be had with it, but we're gonna have these set up in our tent. So if you guys are already entertained, make sure to get liked and subscribed. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek at something. When I go camping with the Temu stuff, we're using a tent from Temu as well, and it's inflatable. It's an inflatable tent. I really hope it holds there. All right, so overall, these lights, hey, for the price, you know what? They look decently bright. They have a really good spreader on them. They feel a little cheap, but you know, they are. But they're gonna work. I like it. Okay, moving right along. This is cool. I'm gonna try to cook a meal in this when we're on the trip. This is a portable electric kettle. Now, I did open this up a while back on stream. We do try to stream once or twice a month. I've been a little busy, guys. I can't keep a full schedule on that. I apologize, but we'll get back to them. All right, so inside here we have our instructions. Pretty simple instructions. Nice lid, actually. That feels pretty solid. Looks like it might have a little breather on top too. It says right here, be careful of steam. Open the lid after the water is boiled for 2 minutes. Oh, we have all sorts of accessories in here. Oh, I see. See, I thought this one here was actually battery powered. All right, so what we're gonna do with this one, we will test this one with the Satechi here towards the end. We'll finish checking it out. So you have an included cleaning kit with it here, a sponge, a couple of reachers. You have an included power cable, which is a very easy to acquire 3-prong. So if you ever lose it, it'll be pretty easy to find a new one, so no worries there. Looks like it's about 3 feet long. Build quality feels pretty nice. It's got a little rubber stamper at the bottom. It says it does run at 300 watts. So this is gonna be about the max of our Satechi over here. Yeah, so our Satechi over here runs at 350 watts max. It's not quite rated for continuous. So we'll test it out with this and see if it can use this or not. Overall, pretty nice little setup if it works. So stick around to the end. We'll be testing this one at the end after we unbox the Satechi. All right, let me know if I'm alone here. But one thing I don't like is being too hot when I'm trying to sleep, so we had to go with a fan. Thankfully, there was one in the top 5 list. Now, a long time ago, one of my very first sponsors for the channel, they sent me over a product to review was AirDog. I have been using that fan every day since. Any camping trip I've taken, it goes with me. It's got a built-in battery, and the sucker just works, man. It runs a long time. I'm gonna go ahead and throw a link to that thing down below because it is stellar, and I've been using it for well over a year now. But we're gonna see if this one right here can take over my new favorite fan spot. This is the camping fan. I believe it comes in about 32 to 36 bucks by Cold Sky. Specifications, camping fan, power 7 watts, has a Type-C input, and then it also has a 5-volt 2-amp USB output, so you can charge other things, lights, phones, whatever, from this. And then it says it has a 20,000 milliamp hour capacity. For those who have been watching the channel for a while, guys, we know that when it says 20,000 amp hours, it's usually about half that, maybe a little less. First thing we got here, that USB Type-C cable. Ooh, and a very interesting looking instruction manual. Camping rechargeable instruction manual. Check that out. Looks like it's supposed to come with a little remote, huh? We'll have to see if that's here in the package somewhere. All right, so the remote here is inside. Very nice that it comes with a remote too. I'm pretty excited about this fan, guys. I know it's just a fan, but I'm pretty excited about a fan. All right, so right here on the fan controller, you can see we have speed controllers on, off, time, sleep, swing, and light. Right here it says, to ensure the battery is in optimal condition, it's suggested that you fully charge it first before use. We're not gonna do that. you should probably do that, but we're gonna test her out. We're gonna see what kind of juice she comes with. All right. I mean, it's got a solid look to it. It's clean, it's simple, it's right to the point. Oh, that's nice. Full speed, I will say optimal. So right down here on the side, you guys can see we have a battery meter. It's currently at about 50%. We have timers, 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hours, 8 hours. I like that. Let's test out the light. You know, it's not the brightest light in the world, but it's not bad. If you're camping and you got a fan on and you're laying in bed, you're just waking up, whatever you're trying to do, and you just reach over and hit the button, pretty nice. So the light appears to have a couple different color modes, 3 different color modes. All right, let's check out the remote. Let's see how the rest of the features work. Let's try the swing feature. As long as the battery's halfway decent, this thing is going to be stellar. That's got a pretty decent amount of wind. I mean, we're not talking Dyson level wind. It's a $36 fan, you know what I mean? But that feels pretty good. Rotation's good. And of course, you can always angle it up if you need. Nice, very nice. Ooh, I'm liking it. Also, I gotta say, this dial right here, it's pretty nice. We're gonna turn the swing off, but you can turn the dial. It's got a nice resistance to it. It just feels solid. There is one more super cool aspect to this. If you're going camping, a lot of people in tents, they have these little hooks up top. Well, check this out. You can hook it this way and angle it down. So boom, now you got your camping light rotating around, keeping you cool. You got your overhead light on. I don't know, guys, would you buy this for the price? You let me know down below. I think this thing's pretty awesome. I'm pretty happy with this list so far, this top list. Now, maybe after we take it on a camping trip, we'll pop it open and see what kind of batteries are actually in here. It's running at 3.7 volts, and it says it's lithium ion, so it's very likely it's got 18650s in here. The question is, how many? Also over here on the side, got a little dust cover with your USB-C and USB Type-A. This is probably going to be my most useful thing on this trip. Now, just to talk a little bit more about that trip, I'm probably going to have 30 to 40 different things. Some new, probably about 10 new things, and then possibly 30 things you guys have already seen me open and unbox on this channel. I mean, sure, we've tested them out on the channel, but we're giving them the true Temu survival test coming up here in the next couple weeks. Right, now we are up to the big boy. So this thing came in about 135 bucks. I did see listings on this exact same unit going up to like 220, 250. Make sure you guys shop around. Keep in mind, this is a marketplace that sells things from different sellers, lots of different prices. So before we open it up, let's check this out. So it looks like this product comes right here from Shenzhen, China. A lot of interesting, awesome tech products come out of there. It has got plenty of different applications here, from fishing, backup, caravan. So it says it has a 60 watt Type-C, QC 3.0 USB charger. Then over here on the side, it says it has up to 350 watts on the AC port. Now the AC port is going to be one of the more important ones to us. Obviously, we're going to be using this to charge our lights and all of our other camping gear, but we're going to need this to possibly run our little cooker and maybe a few other fun things that I bought. I'm pretty excited about this, guys. I do like my power boxes. If you guys haven't seen some of my other reviews and you're looking to get a power box, make sure to go check out the Blue Eddy power box. I mean, I've done a few of them, but the Blue Eddy's probably my most reliable one so far. All right, so we'll start with this little box here. This is probably the accessories. Looks like we have some charging cables that will connect to solar too. Looks like I'm gonna be taking my Temu solar panels with us, guys. Got ourselves a car charger here. Another adapter for car accessories. And then we have our wall brick charger. It is a 20 volt 3 amp. Then our nice instruction manual. And some silica gel, no extra charge. Before I pull this out of here, guys, when I looked at the pictures of this thing, it looks premium. It doesn't look cheap and plastic like a lot of the things we get from Temu. Now, even if that cheap plastic stuff works, a lot of it's still pretty cheap, right? All right. Woo. It's got a metal housing. This does also claim to use the Life P04 batteries. That is the newer battery tech that goes in a lot of things. They last a lot longer and they have a much higher charge cycle than normal LiPo batteries. This is solid. They're stepping their game up. Got ourselves some normal Some normal warnings over here. Don't smoke or strike a match. Do not drop. All pretty basic stuff you shouldn't do to a power box. Man, that feels. That's got a really nice handle. You get your metal attachments here, full metal housing, plastic on the front, nice rubber feet here on the bottom. Heck yeah, this thing is nice. I was hoping it was. I spent quite a bit of money on this. We hold the power button here to get it on. You can see it's got a little bit of stuff going on. It is at 74% already. Looks like we got ourselves a light right here on the back. This is just gonna be one of those nice little helpful lights. It is not bright, not by any means, but they're useful to have when plugging things in. I will say, odd choice to put it on the back. With my Blue Eddy and my other power boxes, they're in the front so you can kind of see the plugs at night. So a little misstep there. So right here in the front, we have our power button, two USB QC 3.0s. Those are quick charge. Then we have a 60 watt PD in/out. So you can charge this with not only DC, solar, but also USB Type-C. You got choices. Down here we have our two AC plugs. These are gonna go up to a 350 watt max. Obviously that's gonna be split between both of them, not each. This is just a little guy. Then we also have our 12 volt out here to the DC plug. Then, of course, there's the light button right there. All right, first up, I just wanna test this USB Type-C out. I wanna see if it really is 60 watt. All right, so we are at fast charging, not ultra fast. So this is probably more or less pushing out 20 watts. Now, this is an ultra fast cable. This is what I use every day to charge my phone. So they might be exaggerating a little bit on that end, but hey, it's still fast charging, not bad. Next up, we gotta test our portable kettle. Now, we're not cooking anything in this today. We're just gonna try to boil some water, kind of see what it can do. It's not made to cook in, but you guys better believe I'm gonna be cooking in it. It looks like we got about a 2-foot cable here, not 3. All right, we got her plugged in right here. I did have to click this top button one more time to get the actual AC circuit to work. So now we can see right here, we are on and running, 212 degrees. So real quick, I'm gonna put some water in this and see what she does. And yes, guys, this is the Temu water bottle. Still using it every day. Nothing wrong just yet. Oh yeah, it's going camping with it. We're going pretty full on this one. I have it set to 212 degrees to boil. Now we're just gonna set it and we'll see how long it goes. Yeah, it's not often on a power box you can actually watch it go down, but heating elements like this, they really drain power quite a bit. It actually has a bit of a burning electronic smell. This is not the greatest thing to hear, but it's still trucking along. But look at that battery. Ooh, it is draining 55% already. It's currently showing the water temperature. That's kind of cool. It's at 128 degrees, shows right down here in the bottom. I almost tipped it over to show the overhead camera. I don't think that would have been a great idea, but now I'm curious. Will this leak if we turn it? Doesn't leak. Okay, we're good. And now the box is no longer showing us its battery percentage. Is that bad? Hey, it's still working though. She's still heating up. It's definitely taking longer than 2 minutes though. All right, hit the light button. It looks like the battery percentage went away just from sitting idle. Maybe it's trying to conserve some battery. I noticed that the battery started draining a little bit slower once it got below 50%, but that first 20% went in 3 to 4 minutes. You know something else? I also did not look to see where the maximum level was. All right, so I'll throw a timer up here saying how long it took us to boil. She was boiling. I kind of stopped the video for a second and cleaned up because I was about this far above the max line. I didn't notice that at first. That's my bad. But now, I do want to plug it back in. I'm going to let it run again for a second now that I've let it cool down for a minute. I want to see exactly how many watts this thing's actually pulling. Now, a lot of these type of units do have that built in. This one unfortunately did not. So, something fun to note though. This unit here held that 248 watts. As you guys, it's kind of hard to see on the screen, but it held 248 watts that whole time. So, honestly, not too bad. Now, a little worried about this guy. She boils a little slower than I'd hoped for, but it does work. All right, guys, let me know which one was your favorite. Which one do you think would be the most useful? Which one would you buy? If you guys have some fun tests you guys want me to do on the camping trip, throw them down below. We have a whole bunch of other stuff that's going to be tested, from chairs that are this big. They're this big, and they're comfortable for an adult to sit on. They're awesome. I actually have already tested those out at the beach.
Alright, that's good.
So if you guys want to see that video, make sure to like, subscribe. Again, tell me which one was your favorite. Which one would you buy? I'm going to post some links down below. I'm going to post some similar items right below the video. So on that note, thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one.